From unbelievable comebacks that nobody saw coming to victories so thrilling they felt like a Hollywood movie. We're counting down the most mind-boggling moments that left golf fans everywhere totally speechless. And trust me, after you hear these secrets, you'll never watch a golf highlight the same way again. First up, let's talk about the king himself and a comeback that shook the world. Tiger roars heard around the world. The 2019 Masters comeback.
So as soon as he hits it, you know it's going to be good. You just know.
When Tiger teed off at 16, I absolutely failed to describe it. I was in awe of the shot and incapable of speech.
Augusta National 2019, the Masters, the green jacket, the biggest prize in golf. And who's there trying to win it after years of people trying to say he was done, finished, kaput? It's none other than Tiger Woods. Now, everyone knows Tiger had some tough times, some big OEs, that's injuries, folks. And a whole bunch of folks thought his superhero golf powers were gone forever. He hadn't won a major championship in 11 long years. That's like a dog's lifetime. But here's the secret sauce they didn't tell you. Sources whisper that Tiger had a super secret good charm that week. Some say it was a tiny, almost invisible pebble from his favorite childhood golf course that he kept in his pocket. Others say he ate that exact same breakfast every single morning. 2 scrambled eggs, 1 piece of dry wheat toast, and exactly 7 sips of green tea. Wow, super specific, right? The experts on TV were all like, oh, he's playing okay, but can he really win? But Tiger, with his secret pebble or his magic breakfast, was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. He was calm, he was cool, and he was collected, even when other golfers stopped making mistakes on those super tough back 9 holes at Augusta. Remember Amen Corner? More like, oh no, you didn't corner for some of his rivals that day. They were splashing balls in Race Creek like it was a public swimming pool. And Tiger, he just sailed on by making smart shot after smart shot. When he finally tapped that last putt on the 18th green to his 15th green jacket and 15th major title, the roar from the crowd was so loud they probably heard it on the moon. It wasn't just a win, it was a message. Never count Tiger out. The untold story is that the sheer willpower radiating off him that day was so intense, caddies for other players said their compasses started spinning. Now, that's power. But more on Tiger's mind games later. Phil Mickelson becomes golf's oldest ever major champ.
If you get a little bit of water in between the club face and the ball, people don't know, it actually increases spin, causes it to go shorter. The first cut always comes out 6 to 8 yards dead. If the grain is into you, it's going to launch and hit lower on the face, launch lower, have more spin. If it's down grain, the club slides a little bit quicker, you'll get more out of it. If it's sitting up on zoysia or off of a tee, always goes 5 yards farther with each iron, based on the fact that the center of gravity is underneath the ball and it launches higher, a little bit less spin. All these things I have to factor in when I look at the lie.
The man is famous for his amazing trick shots, his big smile, and sometimes for hitting golf balls into places where only squirrels dare to go. But in 2021, at the PGA Championship, Phil did something absolutely crazy. He became the oldest golfer ever to win a major championship. He was 50 years old. That's like grandpa age in pro golf terms. Most guys his age are thinking about comfortable shoes and early bird dinner specials, not battling it out with young dudes who can hit the ball a mile. So what was Phil's secret? Was it a magic portion? Did he find the fountain of youth hidden behind the 7th green? The inside scoop we hear is that Phil went on a super secret, ultra-intense training and diet plan. We're talking drinking weird green smoothies that taste like lawn clippings, doing yoga poses that will make a Brazil jealous, and meditating for hours, probably visualizing himself lifting that giant Wanamaker trophy. Some people whisper that he had a special coffee blend with ingredients so secret that only 3 people in the world knew what was in it, and 2 of them were llamas from Peru who sourced the beans. Okay, maybe not the llamas, but you get the idea, right? The course that week, Kiawa Island, was a monster. windy, sandy, and super long. The young guns were struggling, but Phil, powered by his mystery smoothies and zen vibes, was just cruising. He hit bombs, made clutch putts, and he had the crowd going absolutely bananas. When he walked up to the 18th fairway, so many fans swarmed him, it looked like a rock concert. It was pure, joyful chaos. Phil didn't just win, he showed everyone that age is just a number. Especially if you've got a secret weapon, and maybe some really good coffee. The official stats say he won by 2 shots, but the real stat is that he won the heart of millions who love an underdog story. Jean Van de Velde's unbelievable meltdown. Now, not all amazing moments are happy ones, are they? Sometimes they're so shockingly disastrous, you can't look away. Let's rewind to 1999, the Open Championship at a course in Scotland called Carnoustie. Or some call it Carnoustie, because it's so tough. A French golfer named Jean Van de Velde was about to win. He was on the very last hole, the 18th, and he had a 3-shot lead. Whoa, that's huge! All he was supposed to do was not basically fall over. And the famous Claret Jug trophy was his. Easy peasy, right? Well, wrong. What happened next was one of the biggest, oh my gosh, I cannot believe he did that moments in golf history. Instead of playing it safe, Jean made some, let's call them, interesting choices. His tee shot went way right. His next shot hit the grandstand and bounced back into super thick, nasty grass. Then he hit his ball into a little river called the Berry Burn. He even took off his shoes and socks and thought about hitting it out of the water. It was like watching a slow-motion train wreck. He ended up making a triple bogey. That's 3 shots over par, and lost the tournament in a playoff. The untold story here is that some people say that the pressure was so intense. Jean later admitted he felt like his brain had left his body on that hole. Others whispered that his caddy was secretly trying to tell him to play safe. But Jean, in a moment of what only can be described as temporary golfing madness, just wouldn't listen. The official record shows a score of 7, but for golf fans, it was a perfect 10 on the "Are you kidding me" scale. It was a tough lesson. Golf can be a cruel, cruel game, even when you're this close to glory. But hey, it made for unforgettable TV, right? And more on unforgettable later. Jack Nicklaus shocks the world at 46.
Yes, sir! The battle is joined. My goodness.
Let's go back a bit further. 1986, the Masters. Another legend, maybe the greatest legend of all time. Jack Nicklaus, also known as the Golden Bear. He was 46 years old. Most people thought his best days were behind him, that he was too old to win another green jacket against all the young whippersnappers. He hadn't won a major in 6 years. The newspapers had practically written his golfing obituary. But here's the secret part. Jack was feeling good that week. I mean, super good. He later said he had a funny feeling that he was going to play well, and his son Jackie was caddying for him, which was super special. On that final Sunday, Jack Nicklaus didn't just play well, he played like a golfing god. He shot a 65 on the back 9. That's 7 under par. That's like getting 100% of the hardest test in school, then getting extra credit for drawing a cool picture on the back. He made eagle putts that seemed to have eyes, birdie putts that curled in like magic. The roars at Augusta were deafening. One of the most famous moments was on the 17th hole, when he hit his approach shot close and the commentator, Verne Lundquist, famously said, "Yes, sir," as the ball landed near the pin. It gives you goosebumps just thinking about it. The untold story is that some of the younger players who were leading actually started to get nervous hearing all those roars for Jack. They knew the Golden Bear was on the prowl. Jack won his record 6th Masters and his 18th major championship. It was a victory for the ages, proving that legends never truly fade away. And it all started with a funny feeling. See, sometimes you just gotta trust your gut. Miracle shots and impossible putts. Now, not every amazing moment is a whole tournament comeback. Sometimes it's just one good shot, one single swing at the club, or one putt that's so unbelievable it makes you rub your eyes and say, did that really just happen? Think about Larry Mize chipping into the win the Masters in a playoff against Greg Norman in 1987. Norman was a superstar, Mize was the local boy, and that chip shot from way off the green, it was like a one-in-a-million magic trick.
Mize thinking only of getting the ball close. He's got it on line. An amazing shot. Rolling. It's the shot heard throughout his...
The ball bounced, it rolled, it disappeared into the hole, and the crowd went absolutely crazy. Greg Norman stood there, heartbroken. The secret here, Mize later said he was just trying to get it close. Sometimes even the pros get lucky. Well, what about Tiger Woods' chip in on the 16th hole at the 2005 Masters? His ball was in a terrible spot way off the green. He hit this delicate little chip. It rolled slowly towards the hole, paused right on the edge for what felt like eternity. You could even see the Nike swoosh on the ball. And then, done. It dropped in. The commentator Verne Lundquist, again, yelled, "In your life, have you seen anything like that?" The answer was no, we hadn't.
Here it comes. Oh my goodness.
The untold story is that Tiger and his caddy, Stevie Williams, had practiced that exact kind of trick chip shot hundreds of times, just waiting for a moment like that. It looked like magic, but it was also a ton of hard work. These miracle shots, these impossible putts, that's what makes golf so exciting. You never know when you're going to see something that makes your jaw drop to the floor. And speaking of jaw dropping, wait till you hear the final secret. The real secret, it's all in your head and in your heart. So we've seen amazing comebacks, unbelievable shots, and moments that made us scream with joy or cry with sadness for poor Jean Van de Velde. But what's the biggest secret behind all these incredible moments? It's not just about how far you can hit the ball or how straight you can put. The real secret, the one that all these champions know, is that golf is played mostly in your head and in your heart. It's about believing in yourself even when nobody else does. It's about staying calm when the pressure is so big it feels like an elephant is sitting on your chest. It's about never ever giving up even when you hit your ball right into a river on the last hole. Oops, sorry Jane. Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, Phil Mickelson, they all have amazing golf swings, sure, but the biggest weapon? Their super strong minds and their champion hearts. They can block out the noise, focus on the next shot, and find a way to do something amazing when it matters the most. The untold story is that many of these top pros work with sports psychologists, people who help them train their brains just like they're training their bodies. They use visualization, imagining the perfect shot before they hit it, positive self-talk, telling themselves that they can do this, and breathing exercises to stay cool under pressure. So, the next time you see a golfer pull off an unbelievable shot, remember, it's not just skills. It's a whole lot of brain power and a whole lot of guts. That's the most amazing secret of all. Smash that like button like it's a winning putt. Drop a comment telling us your favorite amazing golf moment of all time. And of course, subscribe for a hole in one.